But at least now it can't get much worse.
But it did get worse.
How is it getting worse and worse and worse? I thought that there would be a dearth of content until perhaps November, but no, I was wrong. I was wrong, and hopefully I'm not muted. That would be very embarrassing. Yeah, I thought there'd be nothing until at least the end of November when Nick has his criminal and civil trial. But today, 2 bombshells came out. We had a sighting in the wild. You can see there the abominable Baldo man in his natural habitat, spotted on blurry cameras in the wilderness of Minnesota. But no, 2 big things happened. One, an ex-moderator, Kalea the vampire, has turned. The rats are abandoning the ship, and they decided to just drop everything. And there is something very, very spicy in there that has a bit of an interesting implication. And not only that, Kayla's omnibus hearing was today. And almost certainly it's going to be denied. Everything will be denied. But the funniest thing happened. One person showed up and Nick decided to press them. They decided to harass them. And it's very funny as the story goes through. We're going to start off with that, I think. I think that's the way to start. We'll go through the Will Heron tapes, I'm calling them. And then we're going to go into the Kalea stuff. When's my court date? I don't know. Never, I should hope. But we'll never know. You never know, right? So, where does this... Well, actually, I'll tell you how the day began for me. I was having a busy day today. But I was listening to Sean's stream as I was going through things. And then the tapes dropped. Then the secret documents dropped. And I was on the train. And Sean was like, everybody get in here. It's crazy. And I was like, holy shit, this train cannot go fast enough. And I rushed home. Jumped on, had a bit of fun. So some people may have already seen Sean's stream, so you kind of know what's going to happen. But stick around because I'm going to, inject a bit of my own commentary and opinions. And we're going to watch the tapes that didn't drop during Sean's stream. So Sean got robbed by TV Will Heron, who does a lot of clips, right? He does a lot of law tube clips. You can see if you did a clip of one of mine. Oh, wait, I'll make this screen bigger for you. Sorry. There you go. He does a few of my clips. So how you like it, Will? Now I'm going to watch your content. Now I'm going to make money out of you. No, just kidding. I love my clippers. There's nothing wrong with a good old clip. But this is, I think, nobody else had this except for Will. I believe this was sent to him directly, and it is fascinating. It is fascinating. Be sure to like the stream. We've got 300 people to start off. If we do get over that magical 400 likes threshold, YouTube will share it out, and even more people can learn about the Baldo. Oh, but you know what? Before we get into that, I do have to say, there's a couple of wait, they're not here. Why aren't they in my thing? There was some pre-stream members I saw. There we go. Okay, they're still in the thing. So press tilde. Welcome to member status. I posted a new Dislog invite that allows you to access the private Discord that is only for the members, and also to add all the emojis, including the wood chipper and the extra doubt and the F and all the Maximos and everything. Trucker Rob, member for 2 months, says, why, hello there, meme. Oh, well, hello there. And Been There, Done Met says, another win for the toe. How can he keep getting away with it? Let's get some subs, as they would say. And all right, so we'll go back to the beginning of this. Go back to the beginning and see what Will has to say. Be sure to tell me how muted I am. And let's begin. This is too funny. And it's especially funny because of the way that Nick acted the one time he went to his own A-log court date.
All right, so I was about to go to bed, and I get a message on the Zitter out of the blue from a person I don't know, but it sent me a message request, so I popped it open. And this person had said that they were at Kayla's omnibus hearing.
So apparently just one person showed up. There wasn't the Kiwi Farms Community Scholars Squad. There wasn't Ralph. Apparently Kayla's own mother didn't even show up. This time it was just Nick and this one other person in the gallery. So Nick immediately noticed, hey, what is this one strange person here at my wife's omnibus hearing? They must be an evil Kiwi farmer. And he tries to get them after that.
That was on Monday, October 28, 2004, which is still today technically, but you're not supposed to say today or tomorrow or yesterday when we're in the news business. But anyway, so yes, this person was at the omnibus hearing, saw Nick, saw Kayla and the lawyer, and got video. So I'm going to break this thing down for you. The source said that I could read the text messages between the person and myself, and I could show you the video as well. So I'm going to do that now and then kind of break down what this person went through today. It's kind of wild. So
now, apparently, I'll just pause it here. I will be injecting some commentary and things like that. Although you can go to TV Will Heron's one if you want to see it all without my commentary, as I do recommend people to do if they want to do that. But apparently, Nick recorded this person as well, like Ralph did when Ralph went to his trial. So is Nick going to seethe and try and expose this person to his ever-dwindling group of followers? Apparently, they're banning people on locals as we speak. But I haven't confirmed that myself.
Wild day to you. All hex breaking news for the Ricottas. God bless. Okay, let's get down to this thing.
All right. Oh, shit. Sorry. I have to turn this into... I have to turn this onto my premium account. So there's no ads. There we go. There we go. I forgot to do that. But fortunately, I remember the timestamp. There we go. Now, I do remember this jolly Indian fellow in the Kandiyohi County courthouse, because that was where Ralph filmed his famous No, I'm Not Ethan Ralph video when he was pressed by a big steel toe fan. Very funny. The amount of... Look, I don't know. It's got to be karma, right? There's no way life can be this funny unless it's a simulation or it's actually just karma.
All right, so this is the picture the person sent me from outside of the courthouse. Is basically them showing me that they were there today. This is the message that I got from the person that was at the courthouse for Kayla's omnibus hearing, Kayla Rekieta. Hey, well, I'm a subscriber that went to Kayla's hearing today. Not much happened, but I can tell you about it if you are interested. Yes, very interested. I have a short clip of Nick, Kayla, and her lawyer if you're interested. Yes. I interacted with Nick for a minute when I confronted him about recording me. I'm planning on going to April's hearing tomorrow, too. In your professional opinion, if I have the chance, do you think I should ask questions?
So that's actually, there may be a day 3. Like I said, I thought there'd be nothing to talk about because the judge has taken Kayla's case under consideration. Realistically, everything's going to be denied again, just like in Nick's case. Although Kayla's court documents are a little bit better written. They look like they're written by an actual lawyer this time, which is promising. But like I said, it's very unlikely. It's very unlikely because the same circumstances were for the same 3 of them, and it's the same judge. So I'd imagine it's going to be the same result. But it may be the case that there's another freak out tomorrow.
So what? So I was like, you most definitely should ask questions. 110%. Do it. Yes, most definitely ask questions. So I gave the person a list of questions so that they can ask questions tomorrow when they can go back for April's omnibus hearing, which is wild. So again, I did give the person.
So Tiggleson says, I mean, anyone can film anyone in a public space. That's true, but the important thing to note is the behavior of Nick when he's confronted with a man versus when he's confronted by a woman. Nick has got several stories where he presses people. Particularly, it's always females. And you may remember early in the Nick saga, back with the Vic saga, actually, I should say, Nick decided after being a very sore thumb? Sore thumb in Monica Riel and Rontoye's sides, which they deserve, to be honest. But he decided to go down to their court date so that he could be there in the gallery and, I suppose, glare at them and do a little bit of a victory dance when he assumed that Vic would have been winning everything. Now, that wasn't the case. Rontoye was there, Monica Riel was there, and Rontoye actually showed up in a wife beater, which is very funny. Now, Nick, on that day, he fled from the courtroom after everything was concluded. And he even said that he fled because he didn't want to get into an altercation with Rontoye. He was afraid of having a fight. Very, very strange considering he's now talking about bullying all the joyless nerds. He then saw them later at a Dunkin' Donuts or a donut shop, and he again hid in the bathroom until he could escape from Rontoye and flee from Texas back to Minnesota. So when there's a man there, flees in terror from Rontoye. When there's a woman there, get in her face, rush out of court, record her, oppress her, to show her how tough you are, to show you how a man you are. Interesting behavior, right? That's why it's important. Now, yeah, if you go to one of these public things, you're probably going to get recorded. But I just think that the behavior is a little bit interesting. It's a bit funny. It's a bit weird, you might say.
A list of questions that if they wanted to ask that they could ask. Also, a quick journo trick about what to do if someone doesn't want to give you any answers. It can be frustrating. And then also I want to show you this video as well that they did send me of outside the courthouse. So you guys can kind of see.
Oh, look at that. It's like nice little autumn weather. I like that. I like autumn. It's my favorite season.
What it looks like, the Candio High courthouse. I'm also going to cut out the audio.
Unfortunately.
Because the person was speaking and they didn't want to be on camera yet. So
yeah, so currently they want to remain anonymous. I imagine that they'll be exposed by Nick at some point.
When they're ready, they can be, but for now we're going to keep this person a source. All right, so that's a video outside of the courthouse. I just muted it so you can't hear the person's voice. But thank you again for sending me this video. That is them showing us that they are outside of the courthouse. They were there today. And then I'm going to show you the video here coming up of Nick, Kayla, and the lawyer also outside of that courthouse. So let's do that now. All right, so
you're about to find out.
I'll set the scene. This is after things took place in the courthouse. The omnibus hearing is over and decisions were made. They're outside. And this is the video that the person got. This was after interacting with Nick in the courthouse, which we'll go over as well.
There he is. Look at him. Look at him. It's Kayla and Nick. So Kayla's been spotted. Where's Kayla has been answered. But there's a very funny frame here.
Is the attorney, and to the right is I believe, Kayla.
Look at this. We've got to bring this into the crime lab, boys. We've got to bring this into the crime lab. Look at this. You've got what is he doing here? What is this? What is this posture? Is he S-maxing? Look, buddy. Look, corporate needs you to determine the difference between these two pictures. Oh my goodness. Look at that poor posture. Forward head, rounded shoulders, weak abdominal muscles, sways back. Oh my goodness. He's worm maxing. Look at that. I better put some eyes on this so I don't think it's a penis. He's an actual cryptid, possibly. This is the man that is pressing women but fleeing from Rontoye, is afraid of Aaron Eamholt in a fight, but is very determined to beat up the nerds and throw them into the lockers. Oh my goodness, Sean, I'm going to stuff you into a locker like you stuff sandwiches down your gullet. Mate, not a good look. This is the posture you get when you sit on a computer all day, looking at your phone, the forward head, and you're goon maxing. This is what happens. You need to go outside and actually fucking touch some grass. Look, it's right there. Just go touch it, Nick. Holy shit. Why is he standing there? Because he's glaring. He's glaring right at the person who's filming him. He's those dang evil Kiwi farmers, and he's very upset. Now, there was some very funny memes that came out of this. Very funny indeed. Can I get the previews? This one, someone stole my joke on Kiwi Farms. Because this was my joke. I got this for I think it was Breaking Baldo News, which if you want the updates, the live updates on Breaking Baldo News, he posted this picture, and then I responded to it with the reaction when the guy from Signs, he sees the alien and then he goes like that was my exact first thing that I saw. Where is this picture? It's got to be there somewhere. I guess if I go to my replies, right, I can find it. Hold on a second. I want you to show this because you guys know what it is, right? Oh, here it is. This is the post that I was talking about. It's this one, and then it's like, oh my goodness, it's the spooky cryptid. So someone either is on the same wavelengths as me, or they took my joke. But that's okay because I steal jokes from the farms all the time. Let's be honest. So very funny. We got not that one, not just yet. Sorry, there's no. Where are my previews? There we go. The previews are loaded now, so I don't have to. There's another good one. Some of the memes have been pretty supreme. I've been collecting a few of them. You can always post them in the Discord or on Twitter, and maybe we'll review them later. Very funny indeed. But let's continue. Let's continue.
That's also the person I spoke with. That's how they explain what we're looking at right there. Again, Nick on the left, the attorney in the middle, and then Kayla there on the right.
Interesting, though, there is no April in this video. Now, apparently they've been, she's missing in action, but they're not love lost. What is it? Lovelorn lovers or something over the Twitter. That's why they're sending each other lyrics. Yes, it's, oh shit, we've got a graphic for that. Whenever we talk about it, shit. It's the ape escape. Where is she? Where's April? Where is she? She's in the woods. We don't know. We don't know. Back to the ceiling cat. So there we go. There we go. No, she escaped from the woods. She had to post on Instagram that she escaped from the woods. But it is interesting because in Nick's omnibus hearing, or at least the children court case hearing, April was there. Very strange to bring a mistress to a juvenile hearing, but he did that. So why isn't she here? And there's also no family members here. Now, it was supposed to be a very short affair. Like maybe I think the first one was 30 minutes. So maybe they just thought it was like, it's not going to be a big deal. It's going to be in and out sort of thing. But a little bit sad, a little bit lonely that there's no family members there.
So I'm going to pause this right now, and then I'm going to read what it was like in the courthouse, and then this person's interaction with Nick. Okay, so this is what it was like, again, inside the courthouse. Thanks for your advice. Despite what's being reported on Twitter, Nick was in the courtroom. Nick and I were the only observers at the hearing. They looked frazzled, probably because they were late. Their body language spoke.
Wait, they were late? Buddy, come on, Nick. You know you drove fast. How could you be late to your own court? This is the most important thing you can be doing with your life. It depends. Like, this will keep you out of prison. This will keep your children in your own custody. How could you be fucking late? Look, I had a meeting today, which is about 30 minutes away from me. I got there an hour early and then hung out at a cafe because being late to even a business meeting the idea is insane to me. Now, I understand if there's like a car accident or the train is canceled or something, but this is the most important thing in your life. What did you have to finish an episode of Deep Space Nine? Was it the really good ones with Gold Ducat or whatever, with these little conspiracy? Like, how could you be late to this? How could you be late? He's just so busy. He had stuff to do. He's just so busy. I mean, I guess so, right? I guess so.
Volumes. There was obvious awkward tension between them.
Ooh,
nothing much happened.
Trouble in paradise.
New date, December 9th. The judge also admonished Kayla for being late at the end. So Kayla was.
It's not looking good. The judge is telling you to knock your shit off. Isn't being late in Japan a deadly sin? That is true, actually. If the train is even like delayed a minute, you get a card from the apology card for the train so that you can prove to your boss that the train was why you were late, because otherwise you just get straight up fired. Like, they did not accept you being late ever. They really can't do that. It's kind of crazy, actually, how strict they are. It's because I'm Australian, like, I'm very casual and I like to just like saunter in, sometimes, but they don't stand for it over here.
Late to the omnibus hearing. Nick ran downstairs as soon as it was over so he could record me coming out of the courthouse. When I walked out, I asked, So
it's important to note that the cameras are banned. Phones are banned inside the courthouse. So if Nick wanted to get video footage of this person, he had to get out of there first, get his phone out so that he could record this poor woman who just is like, kind of a public matter of interest, right? Very, very. Maybe this is the Kiwi farmer. Maybe this is Minnesota Public Records. He's making a list of his enemies and he's checking it twice. You better believe it. Unfortunately, since he's no longer in the good graces of the farms, there'll be no one to do his dirty work for him and actually find out who this person is, because he's basically got no one left in his court except for stoners and people that are so far up their own asses they can't realize there's baldos in there too.
Recording me? He seemed like he was going to deny it, but then he said, almost sheepishly, and stopped recording. I asked, why? And he said, no reason, as he started to walk away.
Why are you recording me? Why are you recording me? No reason. Head down, weak muscles. Look at that S curve, the classic Rekieta S curve walk. Holy shit. Oh my goodness. What a joyless nerd. Oh, why are you recording me? No reason. Walk away. Holy shit.
I said, since you're going to record me, I have a few questions for you. He said, who are you? I said, a concerned citizen. He said, you're not a concerned citizen. And I said, you're a psychic now too? Laugh out loud.
Now, of course, Nick apparently has a copy of this recording too. So if this is not a true and factually accurate recounting of events, then if he reveals the tapes, we can find out for ourselves, right? Like he could release the body cam. There's multiple body cams now we have to see, but holy shit, felted by some random concerned citizen. I'm a concerned citizen, which is true. She's a citizen and she's concerned about his behavior, and she should be concerned. He's unhinged. It's like, you're not a concerned citizen. Then what is she? You're not a concerned citizen. You're just one of those damn dirty trolls from the internet. Oh my goodness. Hey, look, Nick was the person that said every court case should be public and open to make sure there's no tomfoolery going abroad. But then when somebody shows up, like he showed up to his enemies' court cases after an extensive A-logging of Monica Rial, Jamie Marchi, Ron Toye. And again, they deserved it. I'm not saying they didn't. Those people are pieces of shit and they deserve everything they get. But it is funny. It is funny. Rules for thee, but not for me. Interesting. Many such cases.
He walked back in to the courthouse. I waited. They did leave together. I wasn't planning on talking about it publicly until he acted all funny and weird. So
now, very funny little meme in there, the funny and weird thing, but interesting. Like, now this person may have released these regardless. We don't know, but it sounds like Nick acting up caused the situation to get worse. Imagine my shock. Imagine my shock. If he would just settle down and be normal, why can't you just be normal? Ah, that's a great clip. Great for the Bundadoc or whatever it's called. That movie, Australian movie, actually. Like, why didn't he just be normal and he wouldn't be causing this? Like I said this, it's like the internet's like quicksand. The more you struggle, the worse it's gonna get.
That's the video that you see right there. I don't have the video of them interacting. I guess Nick has that.
Babadoc, that's it. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of.
That's the video that she got. And it kind of went on a little further because I said, they did a great job. And I asked if April was there as well. And the person wrote back, thanks, laugh out loud. No, that's all I got this time. I have to admit, he kind of rattled me. He has a dark energy for real.
Now that's, he's got that dark aura. He's an aura vampire. But there's a very funny comment pinned here, the number one pinned comment actually. Nick doesn't have a dark energy. He has a dork energy. Holy shit. The dork lord. Oh my goodness. In his face. Baldo Baggins and the desolation of Smorg now has the dork lord. Holy shit. The story just keeps getting better.
No, April wasn't there. Dark energy. Do you think Nick has a dark energy? I don't know, man. Things aren't going well with the Ricatas. He looks like shit. Way worse than he looked on stream last night. Thanks. I'll take your advice. You're a pro. I appreciate it. And then the person explained that was Kayla's lawyer. Her mom wasn't even there this time. So Kayla's mother wasn't at the omnibus hearing. If I remember correctly, everybody was at Nick's hearing, but it doesn't seem like anybody was at Kayla's.
Now, somebody has floated the theory that the family is they're neglecting Kayla until she leaves the Baldo man. Is this true? There's no evidence to suggest that is, but it is a fun theory. And it wouldn't surprise me, actually, because at some point, when you have people acting like this, you kind of have to cut them off. Bridget Von Dammerhiff with a $2 starting off the chats says, best Oz movie, Danny Deck Chair. I think I've seen that one. That sounds really familiar. I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Kind of sad.
Was that wait? Is that the one where he's like he covers the deck chair with balloons, right? I'm pretty sure it's like based on a true story too.
Now the person also went on to say that she looked better than she did the last hearing.
Good for Kayla Bros. Good for Kayla Bros. She's eating now. She doesn't have that. She's not goblin maxing. She's rescinded her oath, third oath to Dagon, and is getting a bit chunkier. Good for her. Good for her.
Here, anyways. So I guess Kayla's eating, getting back to being human again, which is a good thing.
Yeah, good.
Person that they live nearby. Oh, this is kind of funny. By the way, I don't know if you'll want to add this, but I'm pretty sure the judge pronounced their last name as Rekieta. Shout out to KB. I had to wonder if it was intentional.
Hey, look, that's an easy mistake to make.
Troll, if true. I can't imagine he's not familiar with them. He's the judge over all the cases except April's. The civil case now too. I'm 100% sure the guy at the metal detector said Rekieta. I wonder if that's the name they call them when gossiping and making fun of them. Laugh out.
That wouldn't surprise me, honestly. He's such a petty dork that it wouldn't surprise me if they make fun of him behind the scenes, calling him the Ricotta man. It wouldn't surprise me in the least. People ever think like, oh, they're judges, they're prosecutors, they're security guards. They're going to be professional, right? Look, they're just people, and people in all professions, walks of life, they like to have a bit of a giggle and a bit of a chuckle at the ridiculous people that come in. I used to work in a hospital, and I can tell you that the nurses enjoy a big chuckle, the doctors enjoy a big chuckle, the surgeon that's operating on your brain tumor enjoys a little bit of a chuckle, especially if you're an asshole patient. Especially if you're an asshole patient. Trucker Rob, who is not an asshole, here with a $5, he says, "Hello, meme. Coming to you live from the laundromat. Good morning." It's interesting that this is like the morning show, I guess, for people. Like, because I stream at like 9 p.m. my time, but I guess it's like everyone's going to work or something. So, if I make your commute to work a little bit better, if I get those morning chores, your day started, enjoying some coffee, that makes me happy. I'm glad to hear that. The only thing that I ask in return is that you like the stream. It does help me get that reach out there. And, it's free. Why not? You can even double like it if you really want to. But do something. Click a button. Or say hi in chat. That helps too.
And then I was like, it must be a KB fan or something like that. But this person said that they didn't know who really KB was. So that person didn't get the joke. So, yeah, there you go. I guess Kayla was late to the omnibus hearing. The judge admonished her. Nick looked a little disheveled. Kind of went after this person. That's crazy. Well, Nick has a video of it now, too. So we have the other side. But yeah, there's a little inside scoop for you all.
All righty. So that is Will Heron's video. I'm going to like that video as well. How you like it, Will? Now I'm watching your content. No, of course, again, just a joke. Continue to clip my stuff as much as you want. That's an offer I will not rescind because I don't go back on the things that I say because I like to think that I'm a semi-decent person. All right, let's go through some of these memes. But again, posture check. Everyone in the chat, posture check. Don't, for real, like if you use your phone too much, you get that neck going forward, you get those rounded shoulders on the desk. You don't want to be like that. Get a posture check, It's good. It's good, especially if it's a start to your day. All right, let's go through some of these. Get rid of those. Don't need that. We'll get back to the Sean ones later. I'm going to save those for later. All right, so where did this all start? So the biggest shock of the day, I resized my window. Here it is. The Betrayal. The big Betrayal. Now, some of you may remember this name. Kalea, also known as Kalea the Vampire. This was an ex-moderator and a general in the Baldo bunker, but they left before things got too crazy, right? They saw the way the wind was blowing. Their post today started, and it was funny because people told me this was coming, but it didn't happen during my stream, which is very sad. It happened during, it should have been me. No, I'm just kidding. The post reads, "Hello, my fellow farmers. Here are the long overdue and demanded direct messages between Nick and myself. Since he is going after Alyssa, I decided to message him today and yesterday. The first group of messages are from Discord and are old." Yeah, so Nick used to have a Discord, but it became much too troublesome for him and he deleted it and he kind of replaced it with locals, although that didn't work very well. So the first part is from, I believe these start like 2 years ago, and then they become more recent. But it's interesting here that the impetus for sharing these messages seem to be his actions going against Alyssa. And of course, Nick going back on his very public and very strong stance of clipping is all is okay. And you can say bad things about me. You can say nice things about me. Just spell my name right. That was his policy, essentially. And he went back on it, a complete reversal on his standards. Not surprising, considering the other reversal on his other standards, such as sanctity of marriage and being a good father. And it seems like this is one of those things that is causing people to leave the bunker. People are starting to wake up and see the light. Now, for a lot of people, it happened a long time ago, but we welcome all Baldo bunker refugees over here. Look, I myself was coping for quite a long time saying, no, the hedonism stuff, that's got to be nonsense. That got to be nonsense. It can't be true. It can't be true. A bottle in the ass? Nah, I mean, that could be just a joke. It's just a funny, weird joke. Look, we all coped until some point where we saw the light and came over. And if you are one of those people, if you're on the Baldo bunker fence, we welcome you over here. Come over. We open you with welcome hours. Now, there is also a little detail. There's all these messages, which are going to go through every single message, and it's quite lengthy, but I wanted to read this also. If you have no clue who I am, here is my tiny bio. I started watching Nick in 2018. I think it's around the same time that I started. Basically, my first introduction was when Andy was going to box Tonkasaw, and the kill stream lawyer was Nick Rekieta. And that was back during the old days, good old days, right? That's kind of my first exposure. So pretty early subscriber myself, maybe like within the first 10 or 20,000. I think it was the first couple thousand. But anyway, 2018. My username back then was Cinema Queen, and now I go by Kalea the Vampire or Kalea. In 2019, Nick modded me. I helped Nick get unbanned on Twitter under the handle Rekietalaw News. Oh, I didn't know that actually. Nick had me on his show to celebrate being unbanned from Twitter. Drex also had me on his show. So there you go. That's who Kalea is. So we're going to jump straight into these messages. And these are beginning in February 7th, 2023. If I miss any of the context or I've missed any tweets, be sure to call me out because you never know. We'll do our best. We'll do our best. So the messages begin at 8:48 a.m. It says with Nick. He says, hey, I don't know what happened last night because I was basically unconscious. Not a great way to start, but okay. But I'm getting weird messages. Want to talk about anything? Kalea responds, pull up. Nick responds, talk to me. Pull up is a phrase with no meaning. Sounds a little bit miffed there. Try and zoom in a little bit. But this long message is annoying. It'll be truncated until I say that. There we go. Kalea said, damn, I thought you'd find it funny. Interesting, because if you remember the breakup with Sean, it all started from a joke. It seems like when people get a little bit too mad at jokes, it seems to destroy relationships. See that? See how that works? It's kind of funny, right? Kind of funny. Ralph got mad at Nick making a fart joke. Nick got mad at Sean for making a shower joke. And Rekieta got mad at Kalea for a simple pull-up joke. And he should have pulled up. That's good advice. And if you can't take advice from your friends, at least your parasocial friends, then who can you take advice from, right? But Kalea thought it would be funny. Nick says, I never know when people are joking anymore. That's strange. He seems to be, I thought he was a bit of a comedian. Shouldn't he be able to recognize a joke? So many people got actually mad at me. ROFL. Oh my goodness, so funny. How have you been? Thanks for shouting out my health like you did. Means a lot. I am still really sick. This is Kalea, of course. I see 2 more doctors this week. My dad also died 3 weeks ago, so I've been really depressed. Excuse me, sorry. Fuck, that sucks about jokes. Why are so many mad? Oh, and 2 nights ago was a lot of fun. Apparently joking around and messing with people doesn't go well in there. Oh, how sad. I'm not sure what this is referring to. Maybe it was a drunk stream. Maybe it was like a live chat Wednesdays sort of thing. He used to do those in the Discord. I was never a member of the Discord, so I don't know what happened in those days. But I do know that a lot of the Discord refugees went to Sean's Discord. Nick responds, the same stuff about pulling up. People decided I was trying to have sex with my fans. I don't know, Chet. Do you think he was? So this must have been around the Wine Mums in Discord thirst posting. And since I've talked about trying drugs, I'm now a drug addict. Well, interesting. Maybe. Oh, Mandy. Yeah, that's imagine thinking that. Imagine who could have thought this. Wow. Not these texts get so bad, by the way. We've just started. This is number one. It's going to get much worse before it gets better, if it ever gets better. All right. And then Nick is responding to Kayla saying, people are really defensive because Cynthia completely went off the rails. Is that the same Cynthia? That was the one he was complaining about, and it may also be the house cat person who made the Rekieta degeneracy timeline. So there was a theory that, like, so I did the degeneracy stream, the degeneracy timeline stream, which is a very interesting and nostalgic stream. I thought that would be the first one, or the last one, I should say, until November. And the house cat from the Kiwi Farms also showed up and to say hi in chat. And I thought they did a pretty good job. Some people suggested that it was either Farron or Cynthia. I think it'd be ridiculous to be Farron, but I don't know anything about Cynthia. And it seems like after this fact came out that they'd like deleted everything. So it seems actually very, very probable that it was Cynthia all along. So it's interesting that even back in, what was this, 2000, last year in February, even back then, Cynthia was causing stress to Nick. This one person, this one Cynthia has caused so much trouble in one man's life. It's amazing. Imagine that. Let's see. Cynthia completely went off the rails, threatening to dox, etc., trying to get them to calm TF down. All right, that is text number 1. Did I miss one? Or is this the next one? Hold on a second. Let me just check. Nope. Okay, image number 2. But it says 3. Wait, did I miss one? No, I don't think so. Just named as 3. Okay, yeah. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. All right. This is a short one. So this is in response to the sex with the fans. Kalea says, "Why did you take illegal drugs in your state? I thought lawyers couldn't do that or they'd lose their license." Now, this is not true. Lawyers can commit crimes as a treat. Now, that's a joke I make. But typically, a lawyer can break the law. They're not allowed to break the law. I mean, because it's illegal, right? But if their crimes are not in the same scope as their duties, then it won't be a penalty for them, at least in America. My understanding is that an Australian lawyer cannot commit any crimes. I think Aussie Overlord said this or mentioned it once. So Aussie lawyers have to remain very well behaved. But provided that Nick isn't having sex with his clients or isn't abusing his clients' money, typically he could murder someone and still remain his bar license. It is funny, though, to me that I've noticed that a lot of sycophantic fans of LawTube that are still in the bunker have a very limited understanding of the law. And you would think that since they spend all their day watching these LawTube streams, that they would have a better understanding than the regular person. But it seems that it's not the case. So are they learning anything in these streams? Because I thought that was the point, right? It was infotainment. You could learn and also have a bit of a giggle. But it seems like even rudimentary things, a lot of people get wrong. It really surprises me. I guess a lot of people just like to just drink and listen along to the stream or something, or leave it on as background noise. But it's surprising to me because I've noticed it a few times so far. All right. So Nick responds to taking the illegal drugs, and he says, "Not even close." Well, that turned out to be a fucking lie. "But I did do drugs out of the country." Why would you say this? Why would you self-incriminate yourself to this person? But okay, he did drugs outside of. Did he cross state lines? He must have. "I did them in state one time." Wait, what the fuck? Okay, so I guess he's saying not even close in regards to the lawyer couldn't do that or they'd lose their license. But so they say not even close to losing his license, but he did do drugs outside the country, but he did them in state one time. So this is a pointless statement because he just did do drugs. He just did do drugs. Now, Nick actually talked about this live on stream. So not only did he do this and admit it to Discord people, he literally said on one of his streams that he's an expert in sneaking drugs onto a plane, which is really fucking stupid. He's like, you just hide the pills in there with your regular like painkiller medicine and they won't check. Terrible advice. Never do that. I implore you, do not, even inside a regular domestic flight, please do not do that. Do not fuck up yourself for a temporary high, okay? Like, it's crazy that he mentioned that live on a stream. Does anyone else remember this? This literally happened. Nick's just said, like, look, I'm pretty good at sneaking drugs out of the country and out of state. Like, why the fuck would you say that? Even if you care, even if you are good at doing that, don't tell anybody. No, but it's kind of interesting, right? Because as we go through these texts, it kind of becomes clearer and clearer that Nick kind of wanted to be caught. A lot of criminals are like that as well, by the way. Their need to be exposed, it kind of eats at them, and eventually they can't help but not drop more clues, return to the scene of the crime, those sort of things. As they just have to tell you how smart and funny they are, right? Okay. So Kalea responds to saying that he did them one time in state, says, once is still illegal. Oh, wow, what is this? This is a morality policing. Well, this sounds like a very nerdy, a very joyless, a very boring. Oh, so boring. What a boring opinion. Once is still illegal. Just looking out for you. I don't want you to lose your license. Oh, that's nice. It is nice that people care, right? And Rekieta, there's a message here that is excluded, but it says that Nick was saying, and Kiwi Farms archiving chat. We had a bunch of people come into the chat being really hostile. And, oh, I thought you loved Kiwi Farms. Oh, dear. Now, what happened here is that the locals chat was getting very degenerate, and there was a lot of wine mums, and there was a lot of thirst posting. And we noticed this once when we had a look at Nick's local stream. People are horny posting all day. They're in there gooning all day. Nick requested a special 24-hour chat all day, every day. And he literally said he was addicted to going into locals chat and getting those parasocial hits that both him and his wife got from just interacting with their sycophantal fans and also posting their own nudes. As what's really funny, because unironically, this is probably another win for the toe, because if you remember, Aaron has a charge against him for revenge pornography because they did not want to share these pictures of Kayla being nude. But it turns out that in these DMs, they talk about how they wanted to show people and expose themselves, and they enjoyed it, right? So if they really enjoy that, then how could they be saying to Aaron that that's a bad thing? That's a very strange thing to do, right? But anyway, Kalea said, I thought you loved Kiwi Farms. And then Nick responds, ROFL. They stopped loving me and started loving me. They also decided a whole bunch of really nasty shit about me and my wife. I've always defended the farms and their right to exist, but it's hard to love people who call your spouse a whore constantly. Well, I mean, at this point in time, this is February last year, I would have agreed that this is a crazy statement, that Kayla's a good, honest woman who don't need no extra man or no Jamaican man, whatever you want to say. But it turns out the farms is right. Now, was the farms right all along, or did the farms making these claims trick them? Was it all the car? Were they all just, a man corrupted by the internet? We guess we'll never know which came first, the cuck or the egg. I don't know. Oh, this is a long one. Holy shit. How's it going, Kurt? How stupid is this morning? Nick is going to talk about how he went to a swinging resort. This is a spoiler alert. Nick is going to talk about how he went to a swingers resort and talk to the male gigolos about anime. He literally went to Jamaica to talk about anime. That comes out in these texts. It's bad, bro. It's bad. Kalea says, we're still in the Discord. We're still in 2023 this time. Oh, I see. Not all they say is bad or wrong, though. Oh, Kalea, traitorous rat defending the farms. I haven't noticed a ton of people using whore towards lady rackets. Is it over the lewds? Look, if you're posting bottle pic, like your ass holding up in lingerie, holding up a bottle, there might be a little bit of truth to the story. Because I was calling Sally a whore last night for posting so many lewds, I recall you saying, don't take lewd photos or share them with anyone, only your wife or husband. Yes, that's another thing, another promise, another claim that Nick has made that he's gone back on. He said, never take nudes. You'll never see nudes of me. It's bad to post and take nudes because it always backfires. And guess what? It did. It did. Once you share your bodies with other people, you change how people think about you, either good or bad. Our bodies are our temples. I like this opinion. This is good so far. Good work, Kalea. Even though your photos to you aren't that bad, it is still sharing that sacred part of your marriage. It's too late now, but Lady Racket shouldn't have been a part of your job, show, business. This is true. They should have read the room. And the first time she showed up to try and shill her CBD oil, I remember that stream because that's back when I was still a Nick fan. And I remember how cringe that was. And I thought that Nick was looking like a hostage. And he was just doing it to help his wife out. But I was like, yeah, okay. He provides me with a lot of good content, a lot of entertainment. I'll let this one slide. But no, it's always a disaster to bring. When has bringing your spouse into the show worked out well for anyone? Didn't work out for Aaron. That was an L for the toe. Didn't work out for Nick. I guess that's a W for the toe. But just keep things separate. Yeah, keep things separate. If they want to be like a mysterious background voice, I think that's okay. I think that's okay. You can tease a little bit, but don't make them a feature. Don't introduce them to your fans. Don't foster these parasocial relationships, because, well, a lot of fans are a fan of you, and when you bring in this is actually very sad but true. There is a lot of I assume Nick's ex-fans or fans currently that didn't like Kayla purely because of the fact that she held his attention more than they held his attention, which is a little bit creepy. But I mean, the man was posting pics of his ass holding up whiskey bottles, so I guess you kind of attract those sort of people, like Mandy, for example. Anyway, the internet is brutal. I hate hearing from you that they're calling her that and other things. But the best course of action in my eyes is to never have her on the show again, to help with the name calling. But you can take my advice or leave it. Just looking out for both of you. Again, good advice. Good advice. Will Nick take the advice? Place your bets in the chat. I will say the nudity in locals is partly why I haven't joined the discussion. I hate nudity. I think sharing photos like that with complete strangers is never a smart thing to do. It's why the biggest YouTubers don't engage with their fans other than with their show. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying this as a fellow Christian. My advice is that you can throw in the garbage. That's my advice. You can throw it in the garbage if you want to. And her advice was to pray to God and ask him what to do. What you do about your business going forward, turn to God more each day than you have been. I think it's a good idea to turn off 24/7 chats on Sundays since you stream all the time on those other days. Just a suggestion, not trying to run your business, but having one day a week where people can log off and relax could help with all the tension going in there. You know what? That's good advice. At least leave Sunday to be the locals free chat day. It's the Lord's Day. I don't hate you, even though those dummies in your chat try to tell you what to do. I've never hated you. Do I agree with everything you say or do? Nope. I am disappointed to see this path you're taking. Not in all ways, just in some. That's why I wanted to bring up God to you. He knows no one is perfect. I definitely am not, but God can help us even when we don't know what we don't know we need it. Another idea is you doing a Bible stream on Sundays. It would be great. Now, this is where their advice starts to go bad. The Bible streams were a direct disaster. If Kalea is responsible for the Bible streams, she has a lot to answer for. All right, that would be good. You thought about doing it a year or two ago. I've always wanted you to do it. Just trying to make some suggestions because I noticed and felt Satan's presence within you. That's a bit of a weird, this is a little bit of a weird mess. This message is becoming a little bit weirder now. When your Discord mods or when your chat mods are telling you that they've felt Satan's presence in you, they feel that dork energy, that dork aura surrounding you, I would be a little bit uncomfortable maybe talking to this person. He is winning right now in the entire world. He knows exactly what buttons to push for us all. He always enters our lives with minor things that you won't notice. That's why you need to listen to the Holy Spirit always. You may think the Kalea way is wrong. That's a bit weird to refer to yourself in the third person as well. But that's when you want to worry. When any of us get comfortable, we are in life. Where we are in life is when he creeps into our lives. Satan knows just how to slow or what your weakness is. Only you will know what they are. My guess is alcohol and something else, but I've been wrong before. Now, this is very true. Those are the weak vectors that could sin or corruption or whatever you want to call it, infected Nick through his life. Now, the thing is, my prediction for this chat is that Nick is going to get very angry at this. Whether he responds to it with an angry text or not, we'll find out, I guess, in just a second. But my imagination is that people on top don't like hearing advice from their subordinates. So while Kalea's advice is very good here, that turn off the local stream, get less liquor in your life, maybe go back to church more, talk to God. That's all good advice for Nick as a Christian man. I think Nick was going to do the opposite because he's claimed that he has oppositional defiant syndrome or some other made up bullshit. He's making up BPD, like things like some crazy chick or some shit. I don't know. But I imagine he's going to do the opposite just to spite her. Let me see. Where was I? Again, not saying you are too far down the wrong path. My reasoning why I'm saying all this is because I've been in dark places in my life and I needed an extra wake-up call to get me on the right path again. To know what the right path is for you to ask to God. Also, you've been a good friend to me and I want to help you if I can. The Holy Spirit is telling me to send all of this to you. Up to you to chuck it or to read it. Love your parents and family every day. You never know when they'll be gone. This is great advice. If you have a parent in your life you haven't talked to in a while, maybe call them up after the stream and say, you know what, Mum? You know what, Dad? I love you. I miss you. I haven't said it since we were kids, but I do think about you to this day because you never know. You never know. You never know, right? Like, it kind of reminds me of like there's a quote that's kind of like it's something like, without knowing it, one day you and all your friends from school said goodbye for the last time, but you never knew it was the actual last time. And that's the same thing with the family, right? They could be gone one day and you'll never know. Grandparents too. Yep. Everybody. Having my dad died last month has taken a big toll on me. Doesn't help. I'm vomiting most days in tons of pain. I've been praying for you and the rest of your family. We'll do so soon. That's a very, very sad post, but it's from a very concerned fan. Even though I think it's a little bit personal. I think it's a little bit parasocial. This is someone that's got, they've got some pain in their life, and Nick's show or Nick's presence as a friend or as a podcaster has influenced their life for the positive at this point, and they want to repay that favor and show them what they mean to them, right? It's a very important thing to do. I guess this is, let's see. If this is Nick's response, I got to go to the chat. I got to see if this is the thing. I guess this is Nick's response to that big heartfelt message. I don't have time to fully respond to this yet, but I will. Know this, I take counsel fully and happily and in the obvious good spirits intended. I've reflected on my life in the last past year and learned a lot about me and my path and my relationship with God. I'll share more when I have a minute, but I wanted to thank you and let you know how happy I have been to see you. I don't have time to fully respond to this. Did he read it? Did he read it? Do you think he just skipped to the end? He's just like, I'm not reading that fucking wall of text. I've got drinks to do. I don't know. If you think you read the post, if you think you read Kalea's heartfelt post, type a 1. If you think he just skipped it and gave a boilerplate message, press 2. I feel like he didn't read it. That's like, if I read that message, like, I didn't even know Kalea, and I felt sad reading that. And I felt that I should say that, like, she's going, like, I don't know, that is a bit heartless for me. It's a little bit heartless. I think he didn't read it. I think he didn't read it. Holy shit, 1,800 people in the chat. Be sure to hit that like button, guys. How many likes have we got? Only 400 likes? Over 1,200 people haven't pressed like. If this stream gets over 1,000 likes, look, that means that this is going to go far and wide and everyone will know what a despicable individual this person is. Come on, you got to hit that like. Or dislike, I don't care. Hit one of them. But do something. But holy shit, that's like embarrassing. And Kalea responded to that with a heart. That's nice. Next response from Nick. What's your problem now? What have I done to cause you some problem? What are you talking about? You know what? Never mind. Why did you demod me? Why shouldn't I demod you? Look, I'm not retarded. People can disagree with me and any of all these things that I do in my life, or things that they have decided that I do that aren't true. That's their prerogative. But I am not going to amplify bullshit from people. If people have some sort of problem, they can talk to me about it. If people are going to be fucking retarded spectacle out of some fiction, they can. Do it without a wrench, or they can go somewhere else. I played with the internet for 5 years, giving people way more permission to speak into my life and work than anyone deserved. All I got from it was flaggetry. Sorry, everyone burned all their bridges with me. Everyone decided the internet can't be fun and open. It must be closed off. I'm fucking tired of giving any bit of myself to these people. Good job, internet. You burned it out of me. The internet can find someone else to fuck with. Now, there's some context to this tweet, I believe. I'm not sure if it's included here. Let's see. So this is the last message with him from Discord. Now, my understanding of this tweet in particular is that there was a person. Maybe it'll come up in these tweets, but my understanding is the reason that Kalea was demodded is that they were critical of a person called, I think, Energy Angel or something like that. Angel Energy. It was one of the Jamaican, the big, delicious chocolate men, as Nick would describe them, I'm sure, that he followed on Instagram. There was 2 of these people that worked at Hedonism too, and Nick followed them. And the rumor, the gossip of the time was that, well, why is Nick's wife following these chocolate men who work at hedonism too and almost exclusively service women coming to have a weekend of debauchery? That would be the implication. So Kalea was asking some questions. They respond, fair enough, it's your channel. I was just curious why and what I could have done to undo. 4 years of modding for you. She did it for free. For 4 years. You get what you fucking deserve. Helping you get your Twitter back under Rekietalaw News and making and maintaining your link tree. They do it for free, chat. I will change the password and you can have it. Look at this. Nick has just told them to their face, fuck you. You question my wife? Go fuck yourself. 4 years of unpaid work. Get the fuck out of here. Don't let the door hit you on your way out. And they, with the power to fuck up his life a little bit by having these passwords, is like, you know what? Here you go. Here's the passwords. I'm going to back out gracefully, even though you didn't give me my 2 weeks notice for my unpaid job that goes for 8 hours a day. So because I trolled you with a single message the other night is why. What happened to free speech in your chat? You hate to see it. You hate to see it. Too many cases of this recently, I'm afraid. You joked back in chat at me months ago when I told you to pull up. So I thought trolling you wasn't off limits. Anyways, from your last message, I can see my answers. Well, I guess this is goodbye. Take care. See, that's the thing. They like to dish the dirt. They don't like to be the dirt. They want to be the hammer. They don't want to be the nail. You're an unpaid Jenny. You can't criticize me. What are you doing? Holy shit. The audacity. The audacity of it all. Chat. That's why I like my chat. My chat makes fun of me all the time. And it's fine. Even this own stream. They've been doing it. But, it is what it is. I have some, there was some funny, so earlier today, let me say, this is a good time. So I was talking with the Lord of Chaos, Nurgle, on his sandwich eating stream this afternoon. And there was a very weird criticism I received. Someone was accusing me of being a Coke addict, which is very strange because I've never done Coke. And I was just like, are they confusing me with somebody else? Like, where would that rumor even come? Like, it's not like a weird, like, it's just not true. And they were like, you're lying, you did Coke. How could you say this? I'm like, what are you talking about? I've been very drunk on stream before. Like, I've drunk a lot, but I've never done Coke. That's a very strange thing to say. I wonder where that came from. I wonder if someone's been playing a game of telephone or Chinese whispers, as I called it as a kid. Who can say? It's kind of more funny than anything else. Where would I even get Coke? Like, drugs are really hard to get in Japan. Anyway, yes, meme cokium. That's what they were calling me. That's the new thing. Very funny. Very funny. Risotto spreading rumors. Oh, maybe makes sense. All right. Well, I guess it's goodbye. And I guess it's goodbye. Take care. Hold on a second. Before I read Rekieta's message, I have a prediction in the form of a meme. Let me see if I can find this. It is, of course, one of those Simpson memes. This would be. Yeah, here it is. This is what happened the moment that Kalea was unmodded.
You're letting me go?
Kirk, crackers are a family food. Happy families. Maybe single people eat crackers. We don't know. Frankly, we don't want to know. It's a market we can do without.
So that's it after 20 years. So long, good luck?
I don't recall saying good luck.
That's Nick. Kalea's like, so that's it? 4 years of modding, so long and good luck? Nick's like, I don't remember saying good luck. All right. Let's see what Nick's actual response is. Look, a lot of people have been trolling me, and there's trolling, and then there's the repeated implications that I'm cheating on my wife, or that she is a whore, or we're in some sort of cuckold relationship. I mean, what can you say? What can you say, but... I mean, it is what it is. Oh, I'm sorry. I know I'm a joyless nerd. I'll try and be serious about these very serious Discord messages. All right. Free speech is fine and you have it, but if people are going to repeatedly and grossly mischaracterize, that's a very creative spelling of mischaracterize, but I can't spell myself, so that's fine. And disrespect my wife in marriage, then I'm not sure that they need to be moderating the channel. I appreciate what you've done, and I was genuinely concerned when you were ill. Remember when you said the best course of action was never to have her on the show again and help with the name calling? She hasn't been on the show or on the locals or posting on her own channel or anywhere else. And yet, even you came out with that shit. What happened to hating that people treated her badly? Where'd that go? It's just trolling, though. Right. There you go. So long and good luck. I don't remember saying good luck. It's just like, you made fun of me? Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. The seethe of it all. Absolutely. The seethe of it all. The seethe of it all. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. All right. What is next? What is next? So I believe that is the last message I have with him on Discord. I tried to message him last night on there, but since I unfriended him, I can't direct message him anymore. So now we gain on Twitter, I believe. So this is jumping a year advance to October 27th, 2024. Hey, that's yesterday. Look at that. She tried to message, what the fuck is happening? And Clyde, I guess is the auto Discord mod, says, your message could not be delivered. This is usually because the sharer does not receive messages from people that aren't their friends. So they couldn't message them. So we go to Twitter. Bit of Twitter in it on, it's not Tuesday, actually, it's Wednesday. Oh, no, wait. No, it is Tuesday day for me. I guess it's Monday for most of you guys. Is it? Wait, what the fuck day is it? Yeah, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday, for me. So we again on Twitter. What the fuck is happening? What do you care? Well, you demodded me 18 months ago for disrespecting Kayla about asking you about Energy King. That's the person I was talking about. Yes, there you go. There you go. There you go. Hold on a second. What is this? Very good. Very good. A man you actually follow on Instagram. So now I see you did it because I was poking at the truth. Yes. So in retrospect, it all turns out that Kalea's joke was actually too true, and that's why they got deleted as the moderator. You were embarrassed by it. You hated knowing that you're allowed, what you allowed to happen at the resort. Then you go and invite another married couple into your bedroom. You go and do coke. What the fuck, Nick? I tried to tell you that Satan had a hole on you back in February 2023. I wish you had heeded my warning. It's honestly shocking what has happened. I have kept quiet until now, but you threatening Alyssa with striking her channel. Oh, it doesn't look so good now. Oh, I'm just going to pick on the poor little clip channel. I'm big bad boy Rekieta, who's going to bully the nerds with my 400,000 subscriber channel. You better stop clipping, Alyssa. Well, you know what? People actually like Alyssa clips. Something that you might not have as much as you used to have, right? This is totally uncalled for. What are you doing? Why are you doing this? You used to be for free speech, but when that speech is something you don't like, now you block and ban people from your chats. Alyssa clips your words. She doesn't manipulate them. You are embarrassed by your own cope streams. That is the only explanation as to why you are doing this. I have no control in your life right now because of your choices. So that is why you're lashing out at her. Or you have no, because of you. You need that control. So since you're upset with your own life, you are taking it out on her and whoever else. That's why you spend hours on Twitter calling everyone nerds and arguing with them. I don't even recognize you anymore. This is really true. Like I can feel this right now. Like I don't even recognize this new Nick. The old Nick is like a totally different person. He's like a shell, a crude, inferior simulacrum of what he used to be. I don't even recognize you anymore. What made you turn back on all the values and principles? Don't give me bullshit answers that you said last night on your cope stream. You can't complain about the internet commenting on your life when you have put your life out there since day one. No one is forcing you to stream your life. No one forced you to stream. There's a bit missing here, I guess. Well, arguing with them, I don't even recognize you more. Oh no, sorry. No one is forcing you to stream your life. No one forced you to stream your vacations. No one forced you to talk about your personal life. Alyssa has done nothing wrong. You gave her permission to clip. Why are you going back on your word? Is it because your online reputation is tarnished to hell? Whose fault is that? If you're trying to turn your life around, are you sure you're going to? Are you around? You sure are going about the wrong aspect of all of this. Now, before we get to next response. This is kind of interesting if you look at Nick's Twitter, provided that I haven't been banned, which I assume that I haven't. Because at least at the moment, I enjoy kind of an interesting position Where, let me see. Okay. Now, I believe there was a mysterious... Here we go. So this is a tweet from Nick yesterday, and it was a little bit weird, a bit out of context. Oh, there we go. I'm not showing it. There we go. No one gives a shit about principles. They are weapons in waiting for people who have no interest but to destroy. My principles were extensions of my courtesy. My principles were extensions of courtesy, my rights on loan to others. They abuse them and do not share the same principles. I owe them nothing. So I feel like with this poster that said that Nick had abandoned his principles they claim for, even though he's responded to this person, I feel like this is directed directly at Kalea, which is where we jump back into Nick's things. What I allowed to happen at that resort? You know why I followed those two guys? One, because they are really nice. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet. Two, we didn't fuck them. Hey, look, if you're a member of my chat, there's a special custom emoji. Come on, let's get some subs. Let's get some subs. Get access to those personal emojis. If you're enjoying the stream, you know, maybe think about giving a little. Or just like the stream. That's all I really ask for. But I'm going to press the exit out. I'm going to press the exit out. Now, this is where it gets really fucking crazy. 3, one of the female dancers who we really like got pregnant. Now, it doesn't say by Nick, but I'm just saying. One of the 3 female dancers who we really liked got pregnant, which means as soon as management found out, she was going to be fired. That's interesting. That's interesting. Apparently, if you get pregnant, you just get fired in Jamaica. Now, the implication here is that the people that work at hedonism are not supposed to fuck the guests, because that would be, I guess, prostitution. And I don't know what the actual laws of prostitution are in Jamaica. But the reality is that all these delicious chocolate people around, as Nick would probably describe them, let's be real here. That's probably a bit of the draw of hedonism. Yes, they have to say that for legal reasons, but I don't believe for a second that people aren't fucking the workers at hedonism. I've seen what the Instagram pictures look like. And basically imagine like a bronzed, chiseled, marbled Adonis wearing a very tight Jamaican bikini that's with a hat. Like if you remember the Jaffa calling meme, kind of like that. That's what you're kind of imagining. But anyway, she was going to be fired. We were trying to get contact info to her directly to discreetly give her $1,000 for medical expenses, because that goes a long fucking way in Jamaica. So you go to a resort for 2 weeks where you don't have sex with any of the Jamaican people, and then you're just so inclined to give a random worker $1,000 in medical expenses just out of the goodness of your heart. I think, look, you can make your own judgment here, but I think that the $1,000 is going towards putting a staircase into hedonism, and then someone taking a trip down that staircase because maybe they got left with maybe they got a little bit of a souvenir from Minnesota that they weren't expecting. That's a very strange thing to do. Holy shit, $1,000 to a random worker at a hotel just because she was nice? Now, even if they didn't do these things with that person, did they get scammed? That's another very funny point. Either, is this the fake baby scam? Like, what is going on here? What is going on here? It really, there's a lot more questions. Holy shit. But it does get, like, hold on a second. We gotta play the clip.
But at least now it can't get much worse.
But it did get worse.
It gets worse. It does get worse. But the stream just gets better because Dame Ragu gave me $2 to say US lawyers can lose licenses. The bar gets to decide. I guess that's true. But typically I've seen a lot of lawyers do a lot of bad things and not be disbarred. That guy with £5 says, Nick, you can't disrespect my wife and make mockery of my marriage. Only my strung up mistress and I get to do that. That's true. They have been throwing some shade at Kayla on the Twitter thing. And Grimbar says that $1,000 can buy an expensive vacuum. Hey, look, I think you're right there. that may be in case of case. Yeah, we're almost up to 2,000 watches. Like the stream, tell 70 of your friends to watch. Let's get this over 2,000 live watches. Let's get this over 2 live watches as the Feltoning only continues. Let me see. So after Nick spent $1,000 on that, well, he allegedly tried to get the $1,000. So I reached out to some of the male dancers who I talked to about anime and cooking to try and get into contact info of it. Like, look, I didn't fuck any of the Jamaican workers. I'm just trying to contact the chocolate goddesses that I met on the beach to talk about anime so that I can get 1,000 anime, nerd. Nerd. Holy shit. Now, if you like anime, that's perfectly fine. If you're a nerd, that's perfectly fine. I'm a bit of a nerd myself. It's not as embarrassing as Nick likes to think it is. But I will provide this piece of evidence to the court. This is Rekietalaw very happy to have his uncensored DVD Blu-ray edition of Redo of the Healer, the harem anime that he could. Wow, so this anime is so good that you have to fly to Jamaica to talk to it about people that work in hotels. Look, you guys, I know you live on the beach and all you do is have sex with the fat American tourists that come here every week. But have you heard about anime? Holy shit. Like yesterday, the projection was off the fucking charts. Oh, Sean just liked to play with his little models. Oh, well, look who likes to make abroad trips just to talk about anime. Holy shit. Nick, just admit. Oh, wait, sorry. That's not supposed to be shown just yet. Holy shit. It's just too funny. How is life this funny? Like, I've got the vote going right now. How is life this funny? Is it karma? Is it the world simulation theory? Is it just lol? Or did you just like the stream? Holy shit. This is outrageous. The outrageous levels of cope. This text came, these texts started yesterday. So when he went on his nerd blocking stream, when he went on his cope stream calling people nerds, that was the same day that he was saying he was trying to make an excuse for following Jamaicans on Instagram. Like, why would you even explain why you're like, I followed them because I met them in Jamaica. I followed them. It's none of your business. That's all you have to say. But no. He had to clarify, he had to correct the record that he was just talking about anime and cooking with them so that he could get $1,000 to help the poor pregnant worker with her medical expenses. Look, there's more to this story. There is more to this story than we know. It only gets deeper and darker. 2-Inch Rot Studio with a 5 says, if you were an anime, you'd be Sailor Chocolate. Yeah, well, there you go. How's it going? Holy shit, this is outrageous. Wait, we haven't got rock bottom yet? He hasn't hit rock bottom yet? He's just getting ready? Oh my goodness. Is it going to get worse in these messages? I don't think, like, I will be surprised. I will be like, could we get a nerd in the chat right now? Can you post nerd in the chat? We need to see some nerds in the chat before we continue this stream. So let them know. Have your voice be heard. Have your voice be heard. I got to bring up this clip. I got to add this to my soundboard, even though I don't use soundboards very much. But oh my goodness, the Simpson memes are supreme tonight. You're sorry, it's an Australian rule. We have to do Simpson memes at least once a stream. All right, let's go to the next. I might leave this one. I might reread this one at the end of the stream because I don't think there's anything topping this. All right. Okay. You fucking retards all thought that meant we were fucking dancers at the resort. We were just being the people that we are and trying to help someone in need. Oh, isn't that sweet? Just wants to give $1,000 to a random employee who got fucked up, quite literally. But I was also just being a tiny bit discreet about where we went for vacation because it wasn't anyone's fucking business. This is just flat out a lie. If you didn't want people to know you went to hedonism, why did you post the nude pics at the hedonism sign? Why did you stream from hedonism when you knew the Kiwi farmers were watching everything you do and they're literal experts at matching doorknobs and finding people in obscure countries, which is how they found keffels? You covered keffels, so you knew they could do this. It's ridiculous. You wanted to be caught. You wanted to be a bit spicy. You wanted to be that exhibitionist. You just had to have people know. Yuki Roma says with a 5, false face must hide what the false heart doth know. Mech Baldo. Very true. Very true. Oh dear. I also never denied going to Hedon. I just didn't answer. Wow. Really showed them, huh? Really showed them, huh? You dumb fucking assholes. Just would not let me have a private life. Then you fucking bitched about when I talked about my private life. So get fucked. He's saying this to the person who a few months earlier was talking about how they like, Nick, you're going down a dark path. The influences of Satan are coming to you. My dad just died. You've meant so much to my life, so I want to pay it back. Now it's just get fucked, you people. You said that my wife was a slut, even though we went to the swinging resort where we literally were fucking other couples. How dare you judge me? The audacity of it all. Holy shit. We didn't get fucked, by the way. I doubt it. I really don't believe that's the case. That's all in your gay fantasies. We just had a really great time as husband and wife in a place where no one is angry or mad. Oh, if you could just move to Jamaica. Look, there's a lot of really nice places in the Caribbean. Why choose to go to Hedonism 2, the resort that is famous for swinging? Now, I know that I coped on those hedonism things saying like, well, I suppose you could just go to the beach or something there. I know I said that. But in retrospect, the veil has been lifted from my eyes. You can go anywhere in the world. You specifically choose the swinging resort named Hedonism 2. Why? What is your motivation for doing this? Anyway, and I found out that I really enjoy being naked in places where it's appropriate. Well, I mean, I'm not sure. I think he means inappropriate. Like in locals chats or perhaps in boats, because he said that he fucked his wife in a canoe in view of the beach while he was in hedonism too. So there's absolutely an element of exhibitionism here. Because I like me, keep saying that and maybe it'll be true. Because I like me and I like me naked. What the fuck business of yours was it? You still have no idea what was going on in my life, and I still won't tell you. You have no ownership of me. Wow, you sing it, sister. And if Kalea had just responded, okay, that would have been much funnier, but okay. You made it the internet's business when you streamed from your hotel room at Hedonism. You told us about the trip. No one forced you to do that. All you had to say is, I'm going on vacation, see you in 2 weeks. But no, you had to mention some vague details which made the internet curious. I think you loved the attention. Any publicity is good publicity, right? What a fucking true statement. Absolutely sees through his gaslighting and ridiculous facade that he's putting up. Well, don't you think I would be one of the few that can understand what you've been going through? You can't tell me anything about it. You expect people to blindly believe you when it's hard to take you at your own word. You lie all the time. Now, Nick has told me that he never lies, and he has never lied. So this is a very big shock to me. You've gone back on your own word a ton. I have kept quiet online about you because I've been waiting for the full story to come out. You and I never have been hostile towards each other, and I never claimed I have ownership over you. So why are you going after Alyssa? What happened to your values and principles? You used to be a free speech absolutist. You would talk about how horrible Mundane Matt and the others were for being flaggots. You gave Alyssa your word that she can clip anything she wants. So your word means nothing. Holy shit. These are some fire tweets. If you look at my tweets, they're so boring. I'm just like, no worries. Cheers. Thanks. It's like this is some oh my goodness. Big cope sip there. All right. So Nick responding to you made the internet your business. He says, so I don't get to set any boundaries. Well, maybe you should have set some boundaries in the bedroom. I think that would have been a good start. But anyway, Nick says, so I don't get to set any boundaries? If I mention something, then you suddenly have the right to details? That's retarded. No, again, Nick knew exactly what he was dealing with. He knew that he was making people curious. He was teasing it out. He posted the pictures in locals, and he knew that people would find out, and he wanted people to find out. Now he's replying to, so why you're going after Alyssa? You already thought my word means nothing. I don't value your opinion. Oh my goodness. Also, I don't lie all the time. Hey, look, chat rated that as a big fat lie. It's crazy that people say that they don't lie are almost constantly lying. In fact, is anything that Nick has said has been true? I'm not even sure anymore. Also, I don't lie all the time. I don't answer things you want answered, and not everything about my life is public. Is there? Yeah, okay. So there's kind of there's a new message here, but I think it's the same message, right? Is that I don't owe you? Oh no, here it is. I don't owe you any information before. Okay, it's not a lie. It's not a lie of admission if you don't have a claim on an answer. I don't owe you any information at all. But did it ever occur to you that I gave plenty of information about Hido so that people could just figure it out and I could just never confirm or deny it? Huh? Wait a second. Let me see. I gotta check these facts for a second. I gotta check some of these back tweets. Like, I shouldn't have closed that one. I need to go back. We need to go back. I need to compare and contrast something for a second. Was it this one? I think it was this one. Let me compare this one. Give me a second. I'm trying to look for, let me see. Okay, so I was just being a tiny bit discreet about where I was going for vacation because it wasn't anyone's fucking business. Compared to, did it ever occur to you that I gave information so people could figure it out? Which is it? It's like, well, maybe it's none of your fucking business, but I did give you enough information to figure it out. Like, wait, what? What are you talking about? Oh my goodness. I don't care that people knew where I went. I care that I have a family and friends. I care that I have family and friends who have no business knowing about it. And a clip of I went to hedonism in Jamaica would highlight something that would cause family drama. Well, I mean, you did cause family drama, so congratulations, I guess. As for Alyssa, oh my goodness, that rat Alyssa Kleps. I like Alyssa. She's fine. Good even. I like it. I have no longer any desire to let her clip my content. It was always a courtesy. If she wants to do it, she can make it transformative. I have a paying audience. I doubt it. I'm not so sure about that. Like, I mean, there are some people left on locals, but let's be honest, the people left on locals are mostly people that foolishly signed up with a year-long subscription and they couldn't get a refund. Or they probably could if they really wanted to, but a lot of them have remained subscribed because the cope seething, and it's kind of profitable, right? To just be able to be one of the people that can see behind the bunker veil and expose the baldo man. It's I even thought about getting a local subscription myself so they can get that fire content directly when I want to respond to it. I have paying audience members, and the content I make for them is not fuel for clip channels. Now, this is true. This is kind of true what Nick says, though. If she wants to do it, she can make it transformative. That's true. Alyssa can make things transformative if she wants to and keep posting things if she so wants to. I think Nick is saying this not because it's the truth, not because he's trying to be like fair and even. I think he's saying this because he assumes that clippers are not going to take the initiative to start transforming content. I'm not so sure about that. And it's very sad because Alyssa was one of the few people that would clip Nick in such a way that she didn't alter the words that he said. And now she actually has a incentive, both a spite incentive and a monetary incentive, to clip his stuff in such a way that exposes his lies. And if she wants to do that, that'd be very entertaining. I think. So good job. You've just turned someone that was like a neutral, typically a neutral, but obviously there's obviously a lot of negativity there as well, into a purely negative enemy for life. And it seems like even the people in the bunker who had abandoned you but decided not to expose you for your lies are being converted by this backtrack on the principles that you held so dearly for so long and people valued as well. Because a lot of people gave respect to Nick because he was one of the few people that actually made a difference in the copyright saga against the clip channels back when Kurt, I believe, copy-struck Divinity. Now, Kurt had his redemption arc. He went through his licks. Nick called him out and said, like, you know what? He made a mistake, and I hope that he gets better for it. And he did. And we had the Kurt redemption arc. And now Kurt is not a copyright cuck. So it is very sad to see that Nick is now the copyright cuck. I mean, I guess you either die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. A bit cringe. But there's 2,009 people in chat right now. That may be an all-time record. Like the stream if you like their content. The more likes means the more exposure. If we can get over 1,000 likes, then YouTube will boost out our engagement. Be much appreciated if we can keep those at where it is. Let me see. I want to do this one. What happened to those times? Why won't the narcissist take his licks? Because it's ego death. He can't stand it. His entire personality is built on him being the Baldo Lord, the Chaos Lord, the Law Pope, and if he admits that he's made a mistake, then that's the ego death for him, and he can't take it. He can't take it. All right. Let's see. So Kalea is now responding to his quote about saying that I don't get to have any boundaries. Funny if you want to have boundaries, but then you expose the little details so people can figure it out for themselves. A bit of a weird thing to do, but okay. Of course you can set boundaries. You haven't done that, though. You continued throughout the years to share way too much. Very true. Very true. No one has the right to your personal life details, but come on, Nick. You know how the internet works. They are autistic detectives with a ton of free time. Doesn't make it right, but you know the nature of the beast. Nick knows the nature of the beast better than anyone else because he was very happy to use the Kiwi Farms as his personal army. And like he said that he wasn't using it as his personal army, but he was. He absolutely was encouraging them to go after and find details of Ron Toye, Monica Riol, Russell Greer, any of the people that he was spending his nights making fun of. He was very happy when that was the case, but now, I had no idea this would happen. I had no idea that they would do this. How insane. How delusional. Ewa Robinson gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much. Now you have access to all the emojis like the Sonotube medallion, which is probably what destroyed Nick's life. Who can say? Who can say? It's crazy to see that like Chris Chan is doing better on YouTube than Nick is now. Chris Chan just got their 100,000 subscriber not gold, but silver play button. And Nick has done 1 local streams to like less than 80 people, and about 7 of those were A-logs. So crazy that a man that literally fucked his own mum is doing better on YouTube than a man that used to have 100,000 live concurrent viewers. How embarrassing. Let's see. So Kalea is now responding to Nick saying, you already thought my words mean nothing. I don't value your opinion. I didn't think that until you changed. That's fine. And now Kalea is responding to, also, I didn't lie all the time. You lie a lot and tell half-truths all the time. Every single person on the planet lies. This is true. I lie, you lie. The severity of the lie sometimes isn't important. And it's okay to lie sometimes. If someone asks you and says, does your butt look fat in this? It's okay to say, no, you look great. Just the way it is. Don't pretend you never lie, though. Like, that's just ridiculous. Well, I look forward to telling your side of the story. Correct, you don't owe me any information. There you go. How's it going, Sean? Let me see. We got, where is that? There we go. Sean, the Lord of the Sandwich Lord himself is in chat. What is it, Sean? Answer the question, Sean. Did we get to the Tread Dad Swish motion part yet? I'm not sure. Maybe. And also, we got Nate DeLore in the chat says, Nick is in the throes of addiction. He is an addict, and everyone knows you can't trust an addict. He needs to go to rehab. Well, he did go to rehab, but he hasn't hit rock bottom yet. He went to court-mandated rehab. Unfortunately, he wasn't like those other drug addicts in the rehab, and he was just, it was a fun little experience for him to see those weirdos that had to go there by court order, even though he was there by court order. Funny how that works, but good to see you in the chat. Nate, haven't seen you in a while. But much love for Sean today. Obviously, we had a lot of fun on his stream, and even though he got the scoop on these texts, I got the scoop on the Will Heron TV Bigfoot video, the elusive in the wild, the S post. Look at that posture. Posture check, guys. Posture check. Stand up. Don't have that loser virgin posture. This is very embarrassing. Come on, Nick. This is weak abdominals right here. You need to work on this area. You need to work on this area. Stop looking at your phone. That's why you have virgin neck. And what the fuck is this? It's fucking worm maxing. He's worm maxing. He's becoming the God Emperor, and he's already covered in sand trout or something. I don't know. We just don't know. Now, where were we? Okay, here it is. Yes, he's worm maxing. That's what we're calling it. Worm maxing. Tuck in my shirt. Oh, okay. There we go. Oh my goodness. I've had such a full and fun day. All right. So this is in response to Nick saying, did it ever occur to you that I gave plenty of information about hedonism so that people could just figure it out? Or I could just not ever confirm or deny it? Ah, so you wanted the internet to figure it out. Why the fuck would you want that? And then also not want your family to find out? Again, you wanted to eat his cake and have it too. Probably why he got chunky for when he had the chunky Rekieta times. Those are fun too. Remember that saga? We had Chunk Cater, and now he's like skeleton spooky worm man. Did you mess up your message to me? You don't care that people know, but you don't want your friends and family to know. Make that make sense. If you don't want friends and family to find out, then why post that naked photo of you and Kayla on the beach? Why not be more private about it? So in regards to Alyssa clips, I no longer have desire for her to let me clip my content. Okay, but didn't your friend Sargon win a case over transformative content? That is, Sargon is the friend that he did hour-long painting streams on. But Sean, if you're still in the chat, maybe you should go paint some models instead, you nerd. Painting tank models, very nerdy. Painting Warhammer 40k models, not nerdy. Oh my goodness. Does Sargon even own a suit? I own a suit. I had it on today. I believe she made them transformative. Now, I kind of disagree here. I think the majority of the clip channel content is not transformative, and I don't believe that a title in itself makes it transformative. But it is an argument on the context, and fair use is a bit of a spectrum. I do have a video on my channel called This is Fair Use, or This is Fair Use on YouTube, and I recommend it as my guide to fair use. I think I'm a little bit of an expert on fair use because I have navigated the waters of using paywalled content, specifically movies and TV shows on YouTube to make my parody videos of Rings of Power, amongst other things. And I even received a copyright strike and then defended it successfully. So I think I have a pretty good understanding. It's behind locals, it's private. That means you can't transform it. No, that's absolutely not true. You can transform private content because when you transform it, it becomes your intellectual property. Anyway, I believe she made them transformative, except I agree with you that the future paid content shouldn't be clipped now that you've rescinded your permission. Yeah, I can understand this. Like if Nick no longer has his permission and now Alyssa has to, she has to transform it, but she can keep her old content. I feel like that's the fairest way in this because Nick does have the right, even though it is a very flaggatory move to rescind your consent. He does have the right to do it. So I feel like the old clips on Alyssa's channel should be left there the way they are. I'm not sure if she removed those as well. I know she just removed the ones from his local streams. Maybe all the old stuff is still there. But who can say? But again, it is a very gay move. And it's particularly for him, who was so adamant about all content being able to be clipped, and also who literally gave Kurt in the chat a hard time, literally made fun of Kurt for copyright striking people, and now he's become the copyright striker. Uncivil Law says, Sargon was ruled to be Transformers because the two clips back to back where one clip showed the inconsistency with another. So again, that's transformative. Alyssa could do exactly that. The transformativeness was the juxtaposition. And actually, I said that to Alyssa. I sent her a message about that, but she asked me about some of that. But yeah, that's a great way to make things transformative. A good example of transformative content using 100% of someone else's work would be the YouTube channel Third World Aristocrat, who has been making some pretty fire content recently. We watched his video last night at the beginning of my stream. And he's up and coming, maybe only at 700 subscribers. So, go and check him out. I think it's just Third World YouTube, I think. And Iron Rabbit says, hit that like to get over 1,000. Wait, how many likes do we have now? Only 811 likes. If literally just half of the people in the chat like the stream, we'll be over 1,000. And then YouTube will push the stream out to everybody. And then everyone will see the duplicity, the betrayal of the tweets, and also the anime posting. Do we have to look at it again? Let's look at it again. If you're just joining us, this is the holy shit. Read this. So Nick is complaining that he didn't fuck the two chocolate men at hedonism, and he says one of the female dancers we really liked got pregnant, which meant as soon as management found out, she was going to get fired. We were going to try and get in contact with her to discreetly give her $1,000 in medical expenses because that goes a long way in Jamaica. That's a bit sus. But this is the best part. So I reached out to some of the male dancers who I talked to about anime and cooking to try and get her contact information. Nerd! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Holy shit. Holy shit. It's a fun one. It's a fun one tonight. Whoa, buddy. All right. So Kalea then makes her Sargon statement. Nick was responding to his thing about the boundaries. He says, but I didn't care about people investigating where I went. But that wasn't enough for anyone, including you. You needed me to say it for some stupid reason. Well, yeah, when you talk about in multiple streams the sins and the disastrous conflicts that arise from these sort of relationships, when you make fun of Jack Murphy for being a cuck with Matt from Tinder, when you make fun of Ron Toye for being a abusive husband and a bad father, when you make fun of all these people, and then you go and do the thing that you're criticizing, well, people start to, they start to ask some questions. So then, in regards to Kalea saying that she wanted that Nick wanted the internet to figure it out, why would that make sense? He says, I'll just read it in its entirety, so it makes more sense. So you wanted the internet to figure it out. Why the fuck did you want that? And also want your family not to find out? Again, doesn't make a lot of sense. You did mess up. Did you mess up in your message to me? You don't care that people know, but you don't want your friends and family to know? Make that make sense. If you don't want friends and family to find out, then why would you post a naked photo of you and Kayla on the beach? Why not be more private about it? No, I just didn't care if someone paying attention found out. I'd have preferred to tell everyone anyway, but I'm not alone. Okay. Not really an answer, but okay. Look, my family isn't full of obsessive autism. They aren't going to do deep dive investigations. But if you blast it in everyone's faces with a direct statement, it's going to go from a passive thing to an active thing. So the implication there is that his family wouldn't read the Kiwi Farms or anything, which I guess it's a bold statement to make. Before Nick went on his trip to hedonism, he was playing a sex card game with his wife, which is fine. You can do that with your wife. One of the cards that came up was, have you ever had sex in a boat? It's basically like a have you ever sort of game. The reason he mentioned this story on his stream was because his father came into the room because they were playing on the bed in his father's house, and he wanted to show him a John Oliver clip. So for 10 minutes, while they were watching this John Oliver clip on an iPad, the card game was out on the thing. So if you want to keep these things private from your family, you might want to keep those cards hidden away. I mean, like when the dad comes, like, Dad, get out of here. He's like, are you winning, son? Yeah, Nia, you got it before me. Shit. He literally came in and said, are you winning, son? So again, it's a little bit inconsistent. And then in regard, it says, so Kalea was saying, okay, but didn't your friend Sargon win a case and transform the content? Sargon specifically clipped and arranged clips to change the content. Alyssa just clips it and slaps a descriptive title on it. I'd prefer not to do any of that. I gave her notice and a time to correct the action. I didn't DMC her, but you did threaten to do it. She gave her a 24-hour countdown, and she did comply. So you successfully threatened her into removing her content. I didn't have to do any of that. And while many of Alyssa's clips are not transformative, there were some that were. And isn't it going to take the due diligence to try and find out which is which? I don't think so. I think he's just going to rage strike. Let me see. So Kalea said, I didn't think that until you changed. That's fine. And he says, well, I guess it's the last one, maybe. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay, so here it is. As I changed, so did my method of discussion and approach to topics. Everyone tells me they all knew. So why have a fit about it? Anyway, for the 100th time, Kayla and I did not fuck any Jamaican dancers. We just hang out with them, talking about anime. Imagine flying to Jamaica and talking about anime. Specifically, what anime? Let's imagine it's probably Redo of the Healer, uncensored edition. Oh, because he spent how many streams talking about this anime? Quite a few. They were just nice dudes. Also, if they touch you, they're fired. Look, I'm sure that's the policy publicly, but I don't doubt for a second they aren't doing the dirty on the back end. I'm sure they fuck fat women for... Wait, what the fuck? Wait a second. They're nice dudes. Also, if they touch you, they're fired. So obviously they can't have sex with you because if they touch you, you're fired. But I'm sure they fuck fat women for money. But neither of us are fat women. Well, I mean, Nick did get fat, and he is acting like a bit of a woman. So maybe he's not physically, but in all planes except physical, he is a fat woman. Especially with these bitching in the DMs. Oh my goodness. What an actual disaster. Bad with a Biker with a 10 says, someone needs to transpose these texts into the Hitler's downfall meme video. I know, the one where he's like in the actual bunker. Can someone please do this? That sounds like a fun little project. I can imagine that. And Grimbar says, infotainment. Sent you a link, 1 minute clip. All right, what is this? What is this? Sent me a clip, 1 minute thing. What is it? Can you tell me the content of the clip? Check DMs. All right, I'll check my DMs. This is a good one. When you're having sex with other people, your marriage is over. Nick Rekieta on Jack Murphy. Oh my goodness. You really do. You really do become a fool. Time makes fools of us all, right? Holy shit. This is a good one too. But so corporate needs you to find the difference between these two pictures, and they're the same picture. And of course we have Cyrax, the internet goblin, and Rekieta, the internet worm. In he's beginning his worm emperor evolution. He's just applied this sound trout. Unfortunately, his worm transformation isn't going to give him the power of prescience. It's just going to give him the power of cope and seethe. All right, let me see. So Grim Senti sent 1 minute clip. I'll take a look at this. But it's called Logical Fallacies, Special Pleading. All right, let's take a look. I'll trust Grim. This is from Bite Size Philosophy.
The special pleading fallacy occurs when someone applies standards, principles, or rules to other people or circumstances, while making themselves or their own circumstances exempt from the same critical criteria, often without adequate justification. Essentially, this fallacy is committed when someone makes an exception to a general rule or principle without providing sufficient reason for why that exception should exist. For example, person A says it's important for everyone to follow the law.
Just going to pause it in case there's I'm going to check this. You can usually tell if there's all right, let's say there's no copyright music in this. Okay.
Person B says, didn't you just jaywalk to get here? Person A says, well, I'm in a hurry, so it's okay for me to do it. In this example, person A believes that everyone should follow the law, which is a general principle. However, when caught jaywalking, person A offers a special pleading. They believe they should be exempt from the rule because they are in a hurry. Unless person A can offer a satisfactory reason for why being in a hurry should excuse them from a law that everyone else has to follow, they are committing the special pleading fallacy. The fallacy becomes problematic because it undermines the fairness and integrity of rules and principles. If we allow people to arbitrarily exempt themselves from rules, then these rules become meaningless. Special pleading is often a sign of poorly reasoned argument, as the person using it is willing to set aside principles as soon as they become inconvenient.
Yeah, very, very true, very true. But I feel like it could have been summarized as just saying it's okay when I do it. But no, that's a good example of special pleading. But a little bit dry for our fun little silly giggle stream. But thank you all the same, Grim. Now let me see. Oops, that's the wrong one. Now, while Sean was going through these chat messages, there was an interesting little pop-up from an old character in the story. Farron the reporter says, if it is the real Farron, I'm assuming, Nick made women like Kalea, Alyssa, myself, and Cynthia, many others, look either crazy, liar, or nuts. What is done in dark is brought to the light. We got old characters coming back. Interesting. A little bit of fun. I think that's mostly what I've got for you tonight. A bit shorter than last night's stream. Let me just check for a real quick. But I think that's the majority of what we want to talk about. And, oh wait, there was another one actually from Farron as well that she sent to Sean today that said, Kalea is not lying. She's not the only one he told. It seems like that is the case, that there was a lot of people that Nick had to expose this to. He had to have his debauchery known to everybody because he is an exhibitionist. But these people, even though Nick has lost their faith and they no longer follow the word of the Baldo commander-in-chief, they kind of wanted to quietly quit, like just walk away and kind of put it behind them and understand that sometimes content changes, and that's okay. If you have a creator that you watch a lot and you really like them, maybe you grow out of them, maybe you follow them forever, who can say? But there's nothing wrong with just like moving on, growing up, or growing in a different way. But many people don't really have any animosity towards these people unless they really do something terrible, such as going back on these hard-held beliefs like, you clip my content, I'm a free speech absolutist, but not the case, not the case. So it makes me wonder if this is just the tip of the iceberg. What haven't we seen just yet? And if this is the first person to really come out and expose Nick to this degree, are other people going to be emboldened as we go through? I guess we'll have to just wait and see. Of course, tomorrow there is April's omnibus hearing, and allegedly the person that recorded Nick in the Bigfoot stance, his worm maxing stance, they said that they're going to go back, and if Nick presses them again, like he rushed out of the courtroom to record them, is he going to expose this person out of spite? Is he going to have a mental breakdown or a seize session in public? That definitely possible. We just don't know. Hopefully, Nick can probably see reason, and maybe he just shouldn't attend at all. Although I guess he has to be there for his mistress. But maybe Ape has actually finally escaped. We don't know. I'm really shocked at the turn of events for today. It is so funny and weird how this all just came out. It seemed like it would be impossible. I think. Let me just check to make sure I didn't miss anything. I'm pretty sure that's the end. Yes, that's the end of everything that Kalea posted. And I think we're good on that. So I can close these tabs. There we go. Alrighty, chat. I think that is everything. So again, a little bit of a shorter stream, but I hope you enjoyed it. And it is a nice little follow-up stream to last night's Cope stream. And it kind of puts things into better perspective. Be sure to check back maybe tomorrow. And if there's anything interesting that's happened, I'll stream again. I didn't expect to do 2 Nick streams in a day. Like I thought there'd be two a month. I was surprised that there was even a stream this month. I thought we'd be going into no Nick November because there's nothing until the end of November, but I guess you just can't help it. I don't know if it's karma or what. Apparently there's 1,600 votes saying, 48% saying it was karma. It doesn't surprise me, but maybe it's just the world is a simulation, or maybe it's just lols. It's just funny how it goes. We'll have to see. If anything comes up tomorrow, I'm sure Sean will scoop me again. That rat. When is the Kino Casino crossover happening? Pretty soon, actually. Well, I mean, we haven't talked about it, but it seems like everybody's interested in doing it. It sounds like a lot of fun. And that rat, Andy Warski, was playing Factorio in the after stream, and it made me really want to play Factorio because I've got like 200 hours in that game. It's a great game. So maybe we could do like a gaming combined stream or something. Who can say? Election stream? Yeah, I was thinking we're going to do an election stream. Maybe I was going to do my own one, but I don't know. Because I also want to go to Korea right now because there's a very cheap ferry that goes from my home to Busan, which would be fun as well. But again, if you see any of the news stories or things, I would like to branch out and cover some different topics as well as we go along, because I feel like there's a bit of a half-life, a bit of an expiry date on this type of content, I think. So if there's anything you'd like me to cover, be sure to send me an email, a message, DM. If you join as a member, you get access to the Discord as well as the emojis. You still have time to like the stream, or if you're watching on replay, be sure to leave a like and a comment and let me know how you enjoy these streams. And with that said and done, oh, wait, just a second. Just give me one more second. Let me just check. All right, never mind. That's it. Okay, we're good. Peace out. Have a safe stay out there, and don't make a fucking fool of yourself on the internet. It's not that hard.